Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chiswick Honda's channel. My name is Rory Brent and I'll be presenting our bike of the week. Hi guys, thanks for clicking. Today I'll be presenting our lovely Aprilia Tuono V4 Factory 2020 model. So here we go. This particular example has just 2,700 miles on it, 2 previous owners, and as said it is the factory edition. So I'm just going to show you a quick walk around. So bring you to a halt as quickly as possible. You've got a Brembo radial master cylinder with adjustable span. You've also got a smoked reservoir pot, super cool looking and super trick. Going down a little bit lower, you've got Öhlins upside down semi-active EC2 suspension, pretty much the best in the business. You've also got twin Brembo M50 calipers with matching Brembo discs. Also, as standard on the factory Tuono, you've got lovely matte carbon front mudguard. Over to the right hand side of the bike, you can see its lovely V4 1100cc power plant. A lot of people rate this as the best sounding motorcycle ever produced. And of course, adding to that, you've got this lovely Aprilia carbon end can. Lovely. We also have, as standard on Tuono V4, this lovely factory Aprilia engine protection. A lot of other bikes, you've got to pay extra from that from other manufacturers, but with this lovely Tuono V4, all included. Over to the right hand side rear of the motorcycle, you can see this particular model has got the RNG paddock stand bobbins. You know, it makes chain maintenance and rear wheel maintenance a doddle. Lovely 200 section Metzeler tyre, and of course, as you would expect, Brembo caliper on the rear. And this is one of my favourite parts of this particular motorcycle, the lovely polished aluminium swing arm. Aprilia are really famous for those. Of course, also the Aprilia Tuono V4 factory has got full ABS, full traction control, all provided by Bosch. Left hand side rear of the motorcycle, you can see this particular one has been really looked after. You know, the chain and the sprockets, super clean. It's definitely had a very careful owner. Obviously the other paddock stand bob in there, and another view of that gorgeous swing arm. Here you can see lovely standard factory rear sets, and this model does have a quick shifter and an auto blipper, probably the best one I've ever experienced on any standard motorcycle. Left hand side generator cover, as you can see there, you know, crash protection provided as standard. Going a little bit forward, you can see, you know, the other side of the fork, and the left hand side Brembo M50. Very trick on these Aprilia Tuonos. You've got an adjustable swing arm pivot, pretty much unheard of on an OEM bike. And again, as standard on the factory models, you've got a lovely matte carbon fibre side panel. Also, as an extra on this one, you've got the lovely Aprilia tank protector. So over to my favourite part of this particular bike, the lovely Tft Dash, as you would expect. Just going to go ahead and fire it up. Cool stuff. So as you can see there, 2,371 miles on the clock. So you've got a nice amount of options on this particular dash. So along the top, you've got RPM. Just below, you've got speed, which of course you can change to miles per hour or kilometers per hour. Over to the right there, you've got gear position indicator. And then really cool below, you've got lean angle sensor. When you put it into track mode, it does actually tell you your maximum lean angle and maximum speed every single lap, and you can go ahead and view it afterwards. Super cool. Just to the left, you've got coolant temperature sensor there, and you've got to the right there, throttle percentage and brake percentage. As you can see, I'm going to twist it to 100% throttle. Very nice. Over on the left here, you've got Aprilia traction control. Best thing about that, you can actually adjust it on the fly with this little toggle just below the clutch lever by your left hand. So when you're on the fly, perhaps on a track, you can slowly turn up the traction control or turn down the traction control until it's, you know, not too intrusive. And on the lowest setting, I must say, I don't even notice it working. Just below that, you've got ABS, again, multi-stage ABS. When it's on the lowest setting, which is ABS level 1, it's actually disengaged for the rear brake, so you know you can back it in to your heart's content. To the right there, you've got Aprilia wheelie control, and then to the right, you've got the Aprilia suspension setting options. You've got A1, which is the firmest active setting. You've got A2, which is, you know, somewhere in the middle of the active settings, and then you've got A3, which is, I suppose, a road active setting. And the semi-active suspension is adjusting every millisecond depending on how much you're braking, how much you're accelerating, and your lean angle. So it's adjusting every millisecond to follow the road surfaces you're on, and, you know, tailored to the speed and lean angle. Absolutely outstanding. So now into the more detailed settings. You've got the APRC settings. Just going to click in that and show you. You've got Aprilia launch control. So, you know, if you're going for a race start, or you just want to get to work as quickly as possible, you've got that option there. Do be careful with it though, please. Just below, you've got Aprilia suspension control, my favorite part of this vehicle. So in there, you've got active track. You can go in there, you can adjust front firmness, you can go up, or you can go down. Just going to go back out, you've got rear firmness, then you've got brake support, acceleration support, mid-corner support, and of course you've got an Öhlins steering damper there as well. You can adjust that, and that is as well active. Just going to go back now, guys. You've got the same settings in active sport and active road. You can tailor that to exactly how you want. So here we go, another great feature. You know, if you are a bit traditional and you prefer more of a manual feel, you can go and tailor the manual settings. Every setting here is saved once you leave the program. So when you go in manual, you've got, you know, all the regular adjustments in forms of clicks, as if you had manual suspension. Only thing is, you don't need a screwdriver or spanner to adjust it. So there you go, you can adjust compression, rebound, rear compression, rear rebound, and steering damper settings, all in clicks. Another great thing, when you do adjust them, it still tells you the factory default settings, so it's impossible to lose where you initially started. Here we go, ABS settings in more detail. When you go in there, you know, you can turn it up or turn it down exactly how you wish. Aprilia traction control, you can go ahead and set it there as well, and same goes for Aprilia wheelie control. Down below, you've got Aprilia quick shift, so you can actually turn the blipper on or off. Not sure why you want to turn it off, but the option is there. So when you take the bike to the circuit, which is where this vehicle really does shine, you can actually stick it in a lap timer configuration. And when you've set it up in that, and you know you set the lap every single lap, you can go in and you can view the statistics here. So it shows you, you know, lap, as in it would be lap 1, lap 2, lap 3, and so on. Also shows you the time it took you to complete that lap, and best of all, max angle, max speed, and max brake, so you can really have a great competition with your mates. You can adjust the shift light as you would expect. You know, it's just a little bit of a reminder to tell you when to change gear. Best to set it just at the red line as it is from standard. And then just below, you know, you've got all the configuration options. You can change the clock, units, language, or even service intervals and that kind of thing. Just going to go back now, guys. So one of my favorite features of this bike is when you've got it in track mode. When it's in track mode, it shows you nice and big at the top, the RPMs. Just below, it shows you lifetime current lap data, and just below it will show you best lap times. And another great thing about this, it doesn't actually show you lifetime the speed you're going, as you really wouldn't want to know on track. But not to worry, as you can go back and you can view max speed and max lean angle at a later date, and it shows you on what particular lap that was achieved. So I'm just going to point out the attention to detail that Aprilia do put into this Tuono V4 factory. So you've got the lovely matte carbon fibre mudguard. You've got the graphic on the frame here, which I just think really makes it pop, you know, against the brushed aluminium frame. You've got the Italian style finish of the decals. You've got, again, matte carbon tank guard there, matte carbon side panels, EC2 rear shock, Bosch electronics, Akrapovic carbon end can. Again, lovely Italian style finish on the rear end there, and just look at the angle of that tail section. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. It's been my pleasure presenting Honda Chiswick's Bike of the Week. Once again, my name is Rory Brent. If that particular motorcycle is not the kind of bike you're looking for, not to worry, we have over 100 new and used motorcycles in here, and stock is being changed on a daily basis. Take a look around us.